time. Joining us now, Democratic Senator Brian Schatz of Hawaii. He is a member of the Senate Foreign Relations and Appropriations Committee. What is going on, Senator?
It's just chaos. I mean, the House sort of outdid the Senate in terms of its Republican chaos. But on the Senate side, I mean, I think there's a tendency among the so-called savvy set to sort of pretend like this was all foreseen and all foreseeable and that this is just normal Republican dysfunction. It's actually not. They specifically made demands about James Langford being the lead negotiator. And then they made specific policy demands. And a lot of Democrats were deeply uncomfortable with those policy demands, but we went along with it because we understand that there are challenges on the border, but more importantly, we want to pass this national security supplemental because we think the free world is literally at stake. And so we swallowed hard and said, let's all jump in together. As of Sunday, there were 22 Republican senators saying they were going to vote for this, and they thought they could get the number up to 27. One tweet and a few phone calls, and the whole thing collapsed. That is not normal to vote against a thing that you specifically demanded. And I thought that was enough Republican dysfunction for a day, but then the House just sort of said, hold my beer, and did whatever they did yesterday afternoon.
Senator, it was not a day in which anyone on the Republican side covered themselves in glory. There's no doubt there. So let's ask you about what's next, because you're right. First of all, there is the border issue still unaddressed, and we know poll after poll shows Americans are deeply concerned about that. And we also see reports from Eastern Europe where Russia, for the first time in months, is making real advances on the battlefield because Ukraine is running out of weapons because the U.S. hasn't stepped up. Do you see any possibility? Walk us through with Senator Schumer. He's made some announcements as to what he plans to do next. Walk us through what you, the Democrats in the Senate, hope to do to get some of that even separately done.
Well, I think the border stuff is dead, and we worked very hard, and I really appreciate Chris Murphy and Kirsten Sinema and Patty Murray and others for engaging in a very, very painful negotiation over a long period of time. They took political risk, and again, a lot of Democrats, progressives like myself, were willing to swallow some things that we wouldn't have normally been willing to swallow. But now that Donald Trump has declared that this is dead, he's their boss, and they have obliged. So I think the border stuff is dead. On Ukraine, it's important to know Leader Schumer had a plan. He always has a plan. And procedurally speaking, we are in a position to immediately proceed to the National Security Supplemental without the border stuff, which, by the way, just so we're all keeping score a little bit, is what we demanded in the first place before they said we will not do this without border provisions. But here we are, 5 months later, ready to move on a national security supplemental. Ukraine is running out of munitions. They are running out of bullets. We have to protect our friends in the Asia-Pacific region, and Israel needs resources. And as importantly, we need resources for Gaza and some of the other humanitarian challenges around the planet. So we intend to move quickly and expeditiously. I've become more cautious about predicting the behavior of Republican senators because now it's sort of the caveat. Yeah, I'm for this, but it depends on whether or not I get a tweet or a phone call. I'm for this, but I need everybody else to be for this. So the center has to hold, and I think the next couple of days there's an opportunity for us to move forward on a national security supplemental. But I don't want to move on from how outrageous the actions were of the Republican Party in the Congress, the House and the Senate. They have demonstrated an unusual, ahistorical level of incompetence, and that's what this is. This is not your normal, Democrats and Republicans, they're fighting. I can't tell whose fault it is and why can't they get along. We're sitting here ready to compromise. We actually developed a compromise. We sent it to Legislative Council to draft the bill. We consummated the bill, and then Donald Trump tweeted, and they took orders and killed the thing that they demanded.
So, Senator, this country, our country, and the world witnessed yesterday a unique combination of incompetence and dysfunction in the legislature of the United States of America, House and Senate. You were on the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. My question to you is today, what do you figure is going on in Tokyo, London, Paris, Berlin, and other world capitals? Are they thinking that America is no longer a serious nation?
I think we run that risk. I don't think we are quite there yet because we still have an extraordinary foreign policy team in President Biden and Tony Blinken and Secretary Austin. And so I don't think it's so precipitous that our international esteem will collapse just because the Congress couldn't tie its shoes yesterday. But I think you're right to point out that we are the indispensable nation until we are not. And if we take ourselves out of foreign policy, if we take ourselves out of supporting Ukraine, if we take ourselves out of the humanitarian objectives that we have, not just in Gaza, but in Sudan and elsewhere, then we will no longer be the global leader. And let's be clear, that's because Donald Trump doesn't want the United States of America to be the global leader.
All right, Democratic Senator Brian Schatz of Hawaii. Thank you very much. Good luck in there. We appreciate your coming on this morning.